welcome back. Gary's over again for another couple of music reviews, and a couple of VHS video reviews, bit of retro, couple of retro videos. Just say hello to Shane, thanks for subscribing, mate. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, get stuck straight in, I suppose. Yeah, what you got?
Right, the first one is this record, which is TV jazz themes. Which is this is a record that my dad brought back from New York when he was over there in the 50s when he was at the sea. And it's a record that I remember like growing up in my house. It was amongst the records that he had, you know. And the best track on there is the Peter Gunn theme.
It's have a look.
Which is I mean, most people know like the Peter Gunn theme, don't they? It's like, you know,
Blues Brothers.
It was like a detective series.
Was it in the Blues Brothers?
It was in the Blues Brothers, I think. Yeah. But I mean,
oh, here we go.
That's it. Like sort of detective sort of stuff, you know.
Brilliant. Yeah. It's only a little snippet, but yeah.
Yeah, and the other track on here which I really like is 77 Sunset Strip, which was a TV show in the 50s and the 60s, and the bloke in it was called Ed Cookie Burns. He was like the lead actor in it.
And Cookie Burns, was he in Greece?
If he was in Greece, he would have been a lot older, because he was in this.
Right.
He was in this when he was like a young guy, you know. But no, I mean, what I like about this record is it's like a record I sort of grew up with.
Yeah.
Because I can always remember it, like looking at the cover and being fascinated with the cover as a kid, seeing that woman doing that like typical 1960s stance, that look, you know.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why my dad probably bought this was because the musicians on it. One of them is called Shelly Manne, and he was a drummer. Dad was quite keen on Andre Previn, and Andre Previn made a jazz record called My Fair Lady, and Shelly Manne was on it, and all these people that's on there, like, you know. So
it's funny, years ago my mum found some money on the street, and I think it was about 10 or 20 quid, which was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
And we ended up going to Madame Tussauds, like, she took us there, and I remember the first thing I remember walking in there was Andre Previn.
Oh right, yeah.
It was like a waxwork area, and I thought, who's that? And I remember Mum saying, it's Andre Previn.
Andre Previn, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing him in there in the wax museum. He had a big collars and a big bow tie, like, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it did. Yeah, like the old penguin suit, what do you call them?
Yeah,
Dicky bow and that.
That's what used to wear. When you see him on TV in the 70s, he always had that on.
That's right.
But I mean, yeah. So that's like, I mean, this is a record which I've always kept in there, and it's like it's getting a bit knackered. I think I put a new sleeve on it, but as you can see, it's like got a nice label and that, and Somerset High Fidelity. So yeah.
I listened to, as I say, I listened to that Police album the other day, Sting and the Police, couple of them. My sister used to love them.
Yeah.
And I listened to it in the car, but it was obviously recorded from a vinyl.
Yeah.
And you can hear it. It sounds better, sounds deeper.
Well, yeah, that's
quite
right.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of guys I know from like record shops and that have always said to me that CDs are all well and good for your car and that, and for just the convenience, but for real like quality, sound quality, you know, a good vinyl record that's looked after is better.
Yeah, there is something quite special about that little, even a slight hiss in it.
Yeah, yeah, know, just a little bit of noise. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay in it really. You know, I don't mind it so much, but yeah. So the next one I've got, this is very. I've just got this record, Spider Jazz.
What is it?
Spider Jazz. So basically what it is this label, this is a new label called Trunk Records, and he puts out all kinds of things. He puts out things like the Wicker Man soundtrack and all kinds of stuff, you know, like that sort of stuff from like that 1970s, you know, Vision On, things like that. But this is his latest release, and I just had to get this because it's music that was used in the original Spider-Man cartoons from the 60s. Like I remember seeing them on TV,
That'll be that, won't it?
Yeah, Spider Jazz.
Let's have a little snippet.
Spider Jazz, Spider Jazz.
That's it.
He's Michael Bay and tosses jazz. Make music that's nice and groovy. Gets ripped in half at the end of the movie. Roll up.
No words, mate.
No,
to be honest, no.
But I mean that is what this is obviously taken from. But the tracks on here, they're all tracks that were done by these like British musicians,
Right.
like people that done what they call library music, you know. And some of the tracks on here, you got the Hellraisers, Walking a Nightmare, LSD, Mods and Rockers, Funky Flight. So they're all, and Juggernaut. So they're all going to be good tracks, like, you know. But obviously the series, I mean, I'm not too sure what that is, but I can remember watching the original Spider-Man cartoons when I was a kid, and it was always a bit psychedelic, you know. So this probably this is going to be, but it's the fact, I mean, I haven't even played this yet, but it's the fact that the guy that puts this out on this label, Trunk Records, they put out some good stuff, you know. I mean, not all of it's great, but some of it is really like spot on, you know.
Just trying to think what this guy's name's. Diamond Bolt is his channel.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's into this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't know, Christ knows.
But yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I haven't played it yet, but I think it'll be good because it's that sort of stuff, you know. Right, next one up is this. This gem.
Again, he's hit me with a video section without warning.
Oh, that's it. Now I only bought those two LPs because I didn't really have anything else to bring. I would just keep bringing them. But
looks familiar.
yeah, this is the Ambulance. This is like another VHS wonder, which is directed by Larry Cohen once again, and starring Eric Roberts and
James L. Jones.
James L. Jones is in it.
He's good. I mean, he's always a cop.
Yeah, and it's a typical Larry Cohen thing again. Mad, crazy premise, like the girl. Eric Roberts is a cartoonist in it, and I think what's name's in it. Funny enough, actually, I just realised, didn't think at the time, but the guy that's in that is what's his name? Stan Winston, the guy who does all the. It was
Special effects, isn't it?
Yeah, someone who invented Spider-Man or something.
Oh, Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, yeah, I think he's in that.
Yeah.
It's funny that we should bring that record, but yeah, it's a good film. That it's a bit of a ridiculous premise, but I mean, Eric Roberts is a cartoonist. And he meets this girl on the street, and he falls in love with this girl, and then there's like a little accident happens, and this ambulance pulls up and just takes and whisks her off. But it soon becomes evident that the ambulance is like not a real ambulance, and they're taking people off the street,
right,
operating them and things like that, you know. But it looks good, you know. When you're watching it, it looks good. It's nice and bright, and that the ambulance is all like, you know, kind of like red and white and flashing. There's a good nightclub scene in it.
And I remember going into virtually every video shop in the 80s had that in it.
Yeah.
Or the poster of it in the front window.
You see the window, the ambulance, like, you know. And the girl in it, I forget what her name is, but she was in Hill Street Blues. The girl.
Yeah, I know you mean.
Megan Gallagher.
Like a sleepy look to her.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's a good one. That, I mean, it's as far as I don't think it's on DVD because if I see things on DVD, I would normally get them and then maybe get rid of the video because, you know, it's just for convenience.
Yeah.
But sometimes you've got videos you just got to keep just for the sheer, you know, posterity of it all, you know.
Yeah. If I have a look on the usual Amazon.
Yeah. But it's, I think actually, I do believe that this was a Sounds Familiar. I don't know, it's got a sticker in it, but it doesn't have the Sounds Familiar sticker, but I'm pretty sure I've got that old Sounds Familiar.
But it could be another one that is hard to get hold of on. Is that there? It is there.
Yeah, that's it there, isn't it?
But it's a different cover.
Yeah.
It's available on Amazon, and it looks like it's a US import.
Yeah.
Again, £16 just for a video. So
it's region 1. So
yeah.
And if you haven't got your player that's going to be able to play all the regions,
NTSC you want, don't you?
Yeah.
Instead of PAL.
But it's funny because like. I know a lot of people slag him off, Eric Roberts, but I've got a sort of a bit of a soft spot for him, really. You know, I mean, some of the films he's been in have been a bit trash.
Sorry, I don't know what that was.
Some of the films he's been in have been a bit trash in that, but he's good in this. I mean, he's you know, he's good in it. And also, he was in a film called Star 80, which was the true story of the Playboy model Dorothy Stratton, who was murdered by her boyfriend.
I had that on video.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story of, what's her name?
Yeah, Death of a Centerfold.
That's
something.
it. Yeah, front cover was black cover with a girl with blonde hair on it. Yeah, I remember it, like a silky cover.
That's it. That's the one. She was a Playboy model and she was murdered. And in the actual film that they made of it, the girl that plays her is Margot Hemingway. And Eric Roberts plays the sleazy boyfriend, you know,
right.
So he's pretty good in that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But in later years, he's been in loads of them, like low-budget action movies, like, you know, Eric Roberts, starring Eric Roberts, like, you know.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's good, you know. I mean, you know,
a little bit of trivia.
Yeah. Right. The next one I'm going to pull out the hat is something that you'll find quite amusing, because you've actually got this film, but it's under a different title. So the one you've got is actually called Scrubbers 2.
Oh.
But there wasn't a Scrubbers 2. There was a film called Scrubbers, and there was never no Scrubbers 2. And I think that we realised when you watched it, didn't you, that it wasn't even anything to do with the English version of Scrubbers.
Yeah, I've got to make that out. I've never experienced that before.
You got this for me. You got this, and then you said, "Here, you can have that because I've already got it." But this is the same film, only a different title.
I don't know how that works.
And this is called The Delinquents. This is.
It's more like a soft-core porno film, to be honest.
But I mean, it's just a classic. I mean, you know, I don't even know. I mean, I think I did look up on the Internet Movie Database once to find out the actual original title of it, which I did find out, but I've forgotten.
I mean, look at the actors' names.
Yeah, starring Michael Pataki and Bob Miner, directed by Gregory Ocarito for Satellite Productions.
I mean, that would have been a straight to video, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
no way would that have appeared in anyone in their right mind would have put this on.
It is good, and it has got the dust on the top as well.
Yeah.
But it's basically, the story is like it's a girls' school, and they're all like, as is the usual story, they're all girls, like, you know, that are, like, oversexed and that, and the headmaster's crooked, and these three psychopathic lunatics escape from an asylum, don't they? But they're just they're acting so bad, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy that is supposed to be gay, isn't he?
I know, yeah. You know, keeps that high-pitched laugh all the time,
but it's so over the top that it's just awful in places, isn't it?
Yeah. But I can remember that there was a record shop we used to go to in Whitecross Street. And I used to buy records and used to buy videos in there, right. And that's where you found that Scrubbers 2.
Yeah.
And then I remember you said to me, you said, "Oh, I watched it. It was just a riot, like, you know."
Yeah, it was.
And you lent it to me, and then you brought that in. Sounds familiar. And then you said, "I can't believe it. It's the same film." So you said, "Oh, you might as well have that then." And so I'm just wondering how many different titles it came out.
No idea. Keep trying to lose it, and it keeps coming back.
And it was shaky camera work and
awful,
fuzzy, and you know,
it was bad.
But yeah, but like I said, it
pushed worth a watch.
Push all the right buttons.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's worth a watch if you get an opportunity. Have a look at it. If you get, I can't even say what title it's going to be under, but try and find it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it was called something like, had like a typical like exploitation title, you know, like girls school mania or something like that. One of those sorts of things. But obviously, you know, it came out on video under different aliases. Okay, so right, well these two I've got here. I bought the book as well, because when I picked these out, I realised they're by the same director.
Why is that familiar, The Naked Kiss?
I don't know. I think it's The Naked Kiss was it's on them Palace Classics for a start.
Right. Okay.
And it's basically, this is the director who done this was called, there's the book, Samuel Fuller, and he was like a sort of like a cult American director, and he made most of his films he made in the 50s and 60s, but this was just like just a classic. This Naked Kiss, you know. And
what is it, a horror or?
well, it's like a thriller really. And it starts off with this girl, you know, and she's like having a fight with her pimp boyfriend, and then she leaves town and goes to another town to try and, like, you know, start again. And it's Samuel Fuller was another one like this. Larry Cohen, he used to sort of make low budget films that would make them like really big, you know.
There's the colour there.
That's the yeah. But I mean, but it says on there, like, which is something maybe one time we can talk about on another occasion. This midnight movie classic, which is like a term, an American term for like these sorts of films, you know. They get shown in like drive-in theatres and places like that, you know.
Quirky places, sort of thing, you know, not the normal run of the movie.
They've even spelt it in like the American way, like midnight, right. Night, M-I-D-N-I-T.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, yeah, it's good. It's a classic, and it's like I said, a lot of good stuff come out of that Palace Classics.
So it's actually, what year was it?
About 1960.
Oh, so it was filmed in black and white as well?
Yeah, it's black and white, and it's really good, you know. And the actress in it, I've never seen her in anything else. I think I might have seen her in one other film by Sam Fuller, but I mean, yeah, it's good. It's a good sort of film noir sort of thing. And this is also by the same guy, and it's called Shark. It's Burt Reynolds and I forget the name of the actress there. He's got it on the front, or maybe he's got it on the back.
Sylvia Pinnell.
Yeah, is it? But that was another. I mean, I got that just thinking. I just got it just you know, just to sort of like because I've never seen it.
No.
And then it said Sam Fuller.
Something a bit unusual.
So it must be one of his later films, because even though he's gone now, but I mean he was still directing films in the late 70s, and he was an actor as well. He was in the Return to Salem's Lot.
That's a brilliant film.
You know, not too bad.
Well, no, it's Salem's Lot I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So Return to Salem's Lot.
Yeah, Return to Salem's Lot was a little bit sort of like, a bit low key, like, you know. But Salem's Lot was a brilliant film.
That's a terrific film. If you've never seen it, I mean, it's brilliant, and it is. What's his name?
David Soul.
David Soul from Starsky and Hutch fame.
David Soul.
It plays a great part in that.
Yeah.
One particular bit in it where the kid's floating outside the window.
Oh, yeah,
it's quite creepy, and that always used to stick in my mind when I was younger.
Yeah.
And also the bit where he's sitting with his back to the cellar door.
Yeah.
You can see him all getting up and walking behind him.
That's it,
and
yeah.
he don't realise. That's a brilliant film.
Actually, one of the most sort of like scary looking vampires, like out of all the vampire films, that actual vampire in that, it's a horrible looking thing, isn't it, with them teeth and that and them eyes and that, you know.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that actor who played that that vampire in Salem's Lot, he's another like a B-movie actor called Reggie Nader, I think, and he was in a film called Zoltan, Hound of Dracula.
Right, well, there you go.
He was in that, and he's been in a few things like that. He's got one of them faces, like, you know, like typical, like, I think he's Italian. I think he might be Italian. I'm not sure.
Italian, yeah.
But, yeah, and also another good thing I want to say about this film Shark is the label it's on, Video Gems. Now that's another one where I can remember, like, when I was first buying videos, Video Gems was always things like unusual films, you know, different things that you'd find, you know. But what I like about that Shark is that it's really colourful, you know. The colour jumps out at you, and I mean, Burt Reynolds is quite young in that. Must be one of the first films he made, because I think it's about 1967 that come out. But I mean, yeah, it's good, you know. It's good stuff.
No, brilliant. I mean, I was going to mention with what was the film we were talking about just now?
Delinquents.
No, the horror one. Salem's Lot.
Oh, Salem's Lot. Yeah, sorry.
There's certain bits in that, certain aspects of it. I don't know if it's because of the way it's filmed or whatever it is, but quite believable, and certain bits of it just creep you out. I mean,
yeah.
There's a new film we watched the other day called Insidious 3.
Oh yeah,
with The Last Key, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Brilliant. If you haven't seen that yet, that's one to watch. Really creepy. It's all the right mix of stuff in it where it keeps you thinking about it. and it's all your sort of worst nightmares when you was a kid as well. That all comes into it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's same as a lot. Like you said, I always remember that bit when the kid floating outside the window, Danny Glick, and he's tapping on the window, isn't he? And it's like, even now, when you see it now, you know, you think, oh well, you know, it's only a film now, but it's still got just the way it's filmed and that. It's just really good, you know.
There was another film years ago, and I remember you saying how much it got to you. Was The Entity?
Yeah.
And The Entity was about a woman who was raped by spirits.
Isn't it? Yeah, like a poltergeist, like wreaks havoc in her house, doesn't it?
And that was based on a true story, if I remember right.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
That's another one, a good one to look out for.
Yeah, The Entity.
Yeah.
And I mean, all those films that came out at that time, they was all quite good, weren't they?
They were brilliant.
But, I mean,
loved it.
But The Entity was good. That was Barbara Hershey.